So let's suppose that you're one of those people who gets a J visa to start your residency program, and you come into my office and ask me the most common question that J residents ask me is, I don't want to go home for 2 years. How do you keep me here? I heard you're a good lawyer. You've done this for my friends and so on. How do you keep me here? Well, there's 3 ways, possibly, 3 legal ways, but some are almost unusable and some are like the sure thing. The first one is the persecution waiver. If you can't go back to your country because they're going to line you up against the wall and shoot you there, that's probably a pretty good reason to ask the U.S. government to let you stay in the U.S. We've never used that. Okay, so you can write that off. If you do have a situation like that, you should definitely talk to me about it, but that's probably not what you're going to use. The other 2 are the most used parts of the J waivers. One is the exceptional hardship waiver, and one, which we use 99% of the time, is the interested government agency waiver, which I call the IGA waiver. Okay? So let's talk about a little bit about the hardship waiver first. If you're one of those really lucky people and you can get a hardship waiver, I'll tell you how to do it and what the benefits are. For hardship waiver, you have to show that not you, but your spouse, and your spouse has to be a citizen or a permanent resident of the United States, or your kids, and they again have to be a spouse or permanent resident of the United States. And when I say kids, I mean they have to be unmarried, under 21 years old to be your kids. That they will suffer an exceptional hardship if you have to go back to your country. Well, what's an exceptional hardship? You're going to be submitting this application to the Immigration Service, and they're going to make the initial determination whether there is exceptional hardship. We represent a lot of doctors, let's say, from Pakistan. That's one of our biggest countries. If somebody from Pakistan who's Muslim comes to the United States and they marry somebody and she's Christian, that could subject them to a lot of hassle going back to Pakistan. And that might be a reason why the wife might suffer extreme hardship. Doesn't have to be as dramatic as that. It could be that maybe your spouse has some kind of, or your kids have some kind of medical condition, and you're going back to a country that's like a third world country, and there's not proper treatment for that medical condition. In those cases, we've also been able to get hardship waivers. The beauty of the hardship waiver is that you do not have to go to an underserved area and practice medicine for 3 years. And you will see when we get to the IGA waiver that you do have to go to an underserved area. So if you're not, that fond of going to Wyoming, and I'm just kidding, it doesn't have to be Wyoming. I mean, there are underserved areas in all 50 states, and some are really pretty nice areas. But you're probably not going to be living in West Los Angeles or Long Island, New York, or any place like that. It's going to be a little more remote area.